Okay, it looks like we've got things going. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. There we go. Get rid of the echo. Well, let's see. That's the last one I played. Maybe I should continue this one. Yeah, let's do that one. Uh-oh. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. So I got put it on pause that way. Oh, okay. Alright, so we probably should continue this one. And maybe not demonstrate quite so much. Yeah, because we're just trying to show you the basic mechanics of the game without the problems with dying of thirst, lack of food, lack of oxygen, you know, stuff like that. Alright, so we've got our bedroom here put together. Got a melon growing up at there, side wall. And of course you don't see anything on the lower left about health, thirst, food, or oxygen. We went and put some storage in here even though we haven't done anything with it. But technically we don't need to do anything with it. Alright, we've got that one full. And this one is full. Sort of things you might want to do if you're playing the normal game. Oh, we have a message.
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're in. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
Well, we've got a lot done. Yeah, we put a lot together. Usually you don't get that message this late, but then again, the version of the game I'm playing would kind of dictate that we might be behind on the messages. Okay, so what to do next? What to do next? See, this is the lower level. There's the place we usually go in and out of. We left it on scanning for lead, and there wasn't any in this area to speak of. So I've probably... Oh, I'm carrying around our fire extinguisher. Yeah, I've probably demonstrated this pretty good already. But we are in the area where... Oh, that's because we found one and we laid it down. Yeah, this is all the stuff that's laying in that crevice. Okay, well, since I don't really have to harvest anything to keep playing, I should get back to demonstrating what would be next. Alright, so let's get out here. And let's see, what did we get done in this one? Did we put together... Alright, there's the construction bot. We built closest surface so we wouldn't have to worry about leaks. And... yeah, we've got our... But did we do the Cyclops yet? It doesn't look like it. I don't see a Cyclops anywhere. Usually that's the next thing you're trying for. Alright, so let's see. We need to go up this way. Of course, that was all mostly left clicks. Like, that's the way the game is. Alright, we've got that. Usually this is next after you collect enough blueprints. And if you've been into the crashed ship, you've probably got most of the blueprints you need. So you would go ahead and collect these items. And for the enamel glass, of course, you gotta have the broken off teeth of the stalkers.
Cannot build here. Must be constructed in deeper water.
Okay, so we have to get off of this. Left click. And then we need to get back in the water. Pack up our mobile bay. No, we don't want to climb, we want to pack it up. Where is the packing symbol? From the side, maybe? We do have space in our... Oh, that's the problem. We don't have space in our inventory. Alright, so let's go into the hole here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff missing out of here we haven't constructed yet. Well, we do have this up though. Alright, so we'll use a ladder. Yeah, there's no reason to go back up in this way again. Alright, so now that we're upstairs, we need to find our storage. Or we can just go, you know, stick the stuff in our cubbyhole down there. Alright, we've got stuff we don't need. I think we've demonstrated this pretty good. We've used that quite a bit. This is basically decoration for the bedroom. We don't have a lamp put together yet. Oh, that must take up... Let's see, if I take these out of here... It's not switching over to the other container. How about if I take this out? Oh. Now can I... No, it won't let me put that in there now. So let's keep this lab equipment together. And, what would kind of go with that? Yeah, a lot of this stuff is bedroom stuff. Particularly use the glass container. Useless. Okay. How about what we got in here? Let's see, would these fit? Yeah. Let's put the useless cylinder in there. Got a lot of stuff in the bedroom. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good spread, so that's good enough. We'll get our battery chargers. Of course, these would be important to you and your energy cell charger. But for this particular character, since I don't have any limitations, don't have to collect anything. So let's get back in there and let's put this one down here. Oh, I have to put it in a slot. Alright, what are we going to do with the fire extinguisher? Is there any way we can hang it? Probably not. So let's just put it inside the locker. Oh, how many of these we got? We had 2 of them, didn't we? Huh. So I have to drag it up and then transfer it? Yeah, that's what the deal is. Alright, so where are we going to put our duffel bag? Probably over here out of the way. But first we gotta assign it to slot number 1. So we'll just press number 1 real quick. Tab key, and then press number 1. There we go. And we use the mouse wheel to kind of center it in the spot. Right click. Now, what are we going to put in slot number 1 now? Let's find this one. There we go. And we'll put number 1 right there, the pedals. Oh, he's going to go to sleep. The game decided I've been awake long enough to where sleep would make sense. And then he wakes up about 8 hours or so later. Oh dear, looks like the sun went down. Alright, let's try that again. Number 1. Now I need to right click. There we go. Of course you could put that on a shelf, I guess. Kind of looks a little bit like a critter, doesn't it? With wearing a diaper. Yeah, probably. Alright, what else? What else? What else? The baseball cap. Put it number 1. Hit the tab key, and we didn't put a shelf up here. Alright, then let's oh, I've got the laser. I need to switch that to the construction habitat builder tool. There we go. And then call it up, and we need a shelf. Let's see, which one is a shelf? Single wall shelf. Or we could do that. Now let's go with the single. Well, technically we have a spot right there, don't we? So let's just put it up here. Rotate it. Yeah, like that. That looks pretty good. And that's a right click. Alright, what else do we want to... Well, we got posters. Yeah, mostly posters. Alright, so we don't have anything on that wall or that wall. So get back into inventory. Oh, those two are the same, huh? So let's put that one in slot number 1. And then select number 1 and right click. Right in the center maybe. Yeah, that looks alright. Oh, I put the other poster down there too. Alright, it's the same poster, so where would be a good place to put it? Well, that's just taking us right back to the bedroom. Somewhere where we're not likely to make any changes. Let's climb down. Oh, it'll go right here on this wall. So right click with the mouse, there we go. And what else we got here? We got this one. We'll put it in slot number 1. And let's put it right over here. There we go. Nothing natural about that selection process. And that's, of course, we're going to have to build one of those before much longer. Alright, what else we got? Sea moth, cyclops. We've got the sea moth, but we haven't done anything with the cyclops. So the sea moth is over there. And so we go over here. Oh, it's full already. Sea moth sonar. Can we put down here in storage? It wouldn't make any sense to put that in here. Let's take this back out, because I've demonstrated a little bit, but not that much. Oh, wait a minute. We got something to look at here. Oh, yeah, that was that message we just got. Oh, we're working on day 24 already. All right, let's go ahead and get out of this. And, well, I might as well go ahead and close that. I guess it'll close automatically. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to let me close it now. Alright, so we gotta go. Now we should be able to pack this up. There's that box, just like we want. Left click, boom. And now it's in our inventory. Now, if we're going to build a Cyclops, we gotta have deep water. And it can't be just... Normally, it just won't let you build it in a place like this. You gotta get in some really deep water. A large area of deep water. So... well, this might be problematic in here. So, let's get... Oh, out here. Yeah, this will work. This is a nice, big, deep area. Now, if possible, we want to be in an area that's clear. Doesn't have a bunch of sea moss to get in the way. So, because once this process is finished, we can always pick it up again. Alright, how's it look? A little bit more, I think. Alright, right in this area should work. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta put it in slot number 1. So then I just press 1 and it goes in the slot. Then I can get out of this, press 1 and it's in my hand now. So I just right click. Alright, now we've got to get up there. Whoops. It's kind of facing, yeah, that should work, I think. Alright, so left click, get nice and close. This will be next, of course. And then we press right here.
Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
Well, that's a multiplayer version. So that briefing kind of doesn't really matter. Because most of these games will be played by solo players. And then it falls in the ocean and it sinks a bit. So we'll just get off of here. Now I should go ahead and pack this back up again. Alright, so now we got to get in. Now that's the back end, so we need the front end. And that's the generic. But we want to, of course, get up in here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Climb.
Systems online.
And then we want to go over here and decide what our base color is going to be. Now, if you see that little button right there, or slider, left click. Why is it working? Okay, I guess I have to start up here somewhere. So now we got the colors. And let's go with you just left click. Decide what color you want. That might not be the best color for contrast. Make it as easy to find as possible. I think yellow color has got a good contrast. Go as high as you can to make it as bright as possible. Now we'll left click here and we'll decide what stripe. So click and drag it up. Okay, what would be a good color for a stripe? Click. That's kind of a nice color. It's orange. It's as bright as I can make it. That's a little bit brighter right there. Now let's go for the second stripe. And I'll shoot for this, basically the same color, I think. That looks about right. Now the name. In black, or do we want to mess over here? Maybe go with a darker navy blue, so bring it down some. Right about there, I think. And we'll call it Big Yeller. In my normal gameplay, I just called it Yeller. There we go. And then, of course, you click down here with the left click. Now we'll go outside and take a look at it, see what it looks like. I like that color combination. Alright, press the space bar, go straight up. And it looks like the name is only on one side, so we'll need to swim across. There it is. Big Yeller. That does look like a pretty good combination. Which one is stripe 1 and stripe 2? I really don't know. I think this is 1 and this was 2, but I'm not sure. Alright, the other thing we want to do, I do believe, is we want to get inside again from the front. And then we want to go upstairs. Then we want to get on the controls. And we want to use the space bar to go up. Oh, it won't let me until I get the engine going.
Powering up.
Alright, then we'll go slow.
It's low.
And then we'll press the space bar to get it to go up as high as it'll go. Alright, that looks like about it. Now we can use the camera to kind of get an idea where we're at here. And the base is over there. So, hold down the W key like you normally do. Now we'll do the Delta key like in D. Try to make sure we're not going to crash into anything. Doesn't look like it. Of course, I can rotate the mouse wheel. There's a top view. And there's the back view. See if anything's chasing. There's your main motor. Nothing's chasing us. So we'll go back to the front view. Hold down the W key. Use the alpha key a little bit. A little bit more, because I don't think we can safely go over that area. Oh, we're getting kind of close. Oh, we should still be okay. Now, I don't see anything that we're running into. This doesn't seem to be working quite right. Unless it's telling us that we ran into that. Now, if I remember right, there's a fairly deep trench over here. But we don't want to get into it too much, because then we'd have to back up. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let go of the W key and just use the A key like an alpha. So we'll turn. Make sure we're not bouncing the back end into something. How far away are we? 185. Yeah, I don't see much of a trench there. But it really technically doesn't move until you start holding down the W key. Like you're, you know, walking or swimming or driving another vehicle. Alright, let's see. Usually these don't grow in shallow areas. That looks far enough down. Oh, let me use the E like an echo key and make sure I've got the, use the E again. Yeah, it looks like I've got them on. Because that's when they're off, yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and turn that off for now. Might make it easier to see. Alright, so... Kind of floating around in the dark, it's a little hard to see. I'm jumping up and down on the W key. Just kind of pulsing up and down with it, see if I could get closer. Proposed Augusta habitat, 250 meters deep, 676 meters away. I guess I'm getting a little closer, but not much. Ooh, I gotta steer away from that. Yeah, I might have trouble getting any closer than this. We'll use... And then I'll just hold down the Delta key off and on. Turn the front end. I might be able to get in here. I don't know. That might be an issue right there. Definitely got an issue over there. So we'll just play around with the W key and the Delta key like in dog or D. And we're going to have to back out of here, I guess, at some point. Yeah, we're getting too close. So that looks like to be the best we can do. And I'll go ahead and turn it back up a little bit with the S like in Samuel key. Turn it a little bit. How are we doing the back end? It still looks good. We'll do the alpha key for a little bit. I don't know if I could go any closer. This looks pretty shallow. Alright, we'll call that good. So we'll hit the old E key. We'll back up. And it looks like we've taken a little bit of damage, did we? We'll turn this off.
Powering down.
Then we'll hit the E like an echo to exit. We're not really showing any real damage yet, so let's turn the inside lights back on. Alrighty, well, we haven't done much improvement here. We haven't put any lockers in here yet. And we haven't put a fabricator, radio, first aid kit. Let's go ahead and do that. We're thinking about it. So let's see. We start with the fabricator. And that looks to be about as close as I can get it to that corner. Now we'll do the radio. Yeah, that looks about it, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't go any higher than that. And then we'll do the first aid kit. Yeah, right there. Can I get another one in? Yeah, that would be kind of a good idea. Oh, we got a message.
This is LifePod 4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're going to last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Oh, that doesn't sound too good for them, does it? Let's push the tab key. Well, gotta left click first to get out of this. And there's the newest thing we put into the inventory. There's the voice recordings. We don't have any more, do we? No, we've already looked at the other ones. Data downloads, codes and clues, life pod, lab accessories. Tweak your equipment. Please use the mod station in the forward section or retrieve pre-configured equipment from the lab next door to the data coil. The door code is 60. Oh, they're talking about the crash. The Aurora that crashed. So if we need to get into the lab and get stuff, then there's the code. Didn't we do that already? I think we did. Yeah, because I was putting away some lab stuff. Okay, this gives us a little information about life pod number 4. Oh, it's deep, 150 meters. Let's see, life pod number 6. Let's see, navigation, radiation, sunk to, well, that's within our limits without modifications. Red-green grass near a number of natural arches or rock stacks. It's about 400 meters west. It's a little bit of traveling. Okay, if we want to get into cargo bay, there's a code we would need. Sweat officer. And cabin number 1, there's the code we would need to get in. Alright, so we're pretty well caught up on that. So we'll use the tab key. And we've already got some upgraded stuff here, so. Like we've got a compass and all that. So we're kind of ahead of the game because we're finding stuff faster than we should. And we don't have our moth in here. And we have not made a decoy launch torpedo yet. We can only hold one of them. We haven't put any storage in here. And we probably haven't modified any storage downstairs either. Yeah, we just have the original storage. And so far it's all empty. Of course that makes sense. We just made this a few minutes ago. You can put some storage here, the wall lockers. Not so much the floor lockers. They're a little bit too big. And then more wall lockers. And this will take us up to the back of the engine. All the way to the back. And of course here's your power cells. Now for me they're going to stay at 100% because of the game version I'm playing. But for you, you have to keep an eye on these because when they run out you got to replace them. And you got some on this side. Now when you make modifiers, and let's see, this one's a Cyclop engine efficiency, which I got from the wreck. So we'll put that one in there first, since we've already got that with us. And then we'll hit the old tab key to get out of this. Fire extinguisher. I wonder if I had a fire extinguisher, if I could get them out to the wall. And then of course we have this where we can make more improvements. That would be a good idea. As you can see, some of the stuff you wouldn't be able to make it this early in the game. Cyclops docking bay repair module. Docking bay repair module. So that would be for the Cyclops. I mean, for the Moth. Sonar upgrade so you can see a little bit further out. Cyclops decoy. Tube upgrade so we can hold more than one. Thermal reactor module converts environmental heat energy into artificial for use by the Cyclops. Oh. Unfortunately, it's way too early in the game for us to be able to make most of that stuff. We might be able to make the wiring kit now, but in a normal game. But that'd be pretty much it. Alright, so left click to get out of that. Let's go back over here. And let's unplug all the stuff over here. There we go. Alright, did I say enough about this? Of course, the whole trick is the finding stuff. There's no Cyclops, excuse me. There's no sea moth docked, so of course there's nothing we can do with that. Oh, another message already.
This is an automated distress signal from Life Pod 12. Coordinates attack. Warning, Life Pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So I guess that was the PDA from that particular life pod. Alright, I guess I ought to go ahead and show you. This is what you want to do in here. These are not practical because they're extra thick. But they do provide more space. So what you want to do is see how close you can get it to what you've already got there. Now, I always wanted to put in 2 of them, but it won't let me do 2 of them. So I'll just go ahead and put, let's see, bring it down a little bit, bring it back up a little bit, something right about there. And then you put another one, you try to squeeze them pretty close together, keep them all centered up and everything. Unless for some reason you want one high and one low. But unfortunately, we don't have the modification that allows us to put 2 rows in. See? Now we can put one here, but I'm thinking I won't put something else there. So we'll do the same thing over here. That looks like about the best we could do. Now in this game you've got 17 ores or elements that you're going to be collecting. Plus you've got some stuff that you want to craft, and you're going to put it in storage for a short while. So the next thing would be to come over here to this wall. But first you need to decide what are you going to put here. Well, in our case, we probably want to do the chargers. So that can we recharge batteries and stuff. Like here you go. Here's one battery charger. Now these drop down when you open them up, so you want to probably put it over here somewhere like that. And then you want to put in the one for the power cells. But it's kind of picky where you put it. Now it will drop down, so you don't want to get it too close to this one. So I'm going to put it like about so. Now watch what happens. So if you have any batteries that need recharging, you transfer them over. And if you have any power cells in here, you transfer them. You got 2 slots. But did you see what it looked like? How can I show you that? Well, you have to look through it. You see how it drops down? So you got to put it high enough to where that doesn't interfere. And that's the one we got from LifePod 12 just a second ago. And we don't have anything to recharge. Now would be a good time to start putting in these wall lockers. Not these. These are the floor lockers. They don't go against the walls too well. Probably keep it kind of on the high side. I guess technically I shouldn't go any higher than about that. You see at the background that how that wall slants out? If I go too high, see how it kind of messes the look up a little bit. Well, anyway, you can get quite a few of them in here. That's the point I'm trying to make. You go all the way down. And you might do the same thing on this side. Now, there is one device you're going to want in here also. This one right here, modification station. So you want to find a spot for it that's kind of out of the way. And it looks like right here or maybe right here would be the best place to put it. Yeah, that looks good. And when you open it, you can make a lithium battery, which is a little bit better than your standard battery. You can make yourself a thermal blade instead of a common knife, but you have to have a common knife and a battery first. And what is kind of nice about the thermal blade instead of using the common knife is you can go up to fish and attack them with the thermal blade, and it'll sterilize them so that you can eat them right away. Then you got the lightweight, and then you got the extra high capacity. That's the only one that makes sense. But you got to make one of these. See right there where it says high capacity? See, that's not the same thing as the lightweight. So you have to go over to the fabricator and make the high capacity O2 tank, because you have to have it in your inventory with some lithium, 4 pieces of lithium, in order to make this ultra high capacity tank. And for an ultra high capacity tank, it doesn't last that long, but that's the best we could do. Then you got the X Ultra Glide fins, which are better than the ones that you start with. But these are, of course, better because they're recharge fins. Wireless charges your held tool while you swim. So if you've got a tool in your hand that requires a battery, and most stuff does, it'll recharge it while you're swimming. You got the repulse cannon, but you got to have magnetite, which is not that easy to come by. And you also have to have a propulsion cannon in your inventory already, which you make at the fabricator. So there's always little details you got to pay attention to. And then, of course, you got to come up with some ores and minerals and elements that usually you have to play the game for many hours before you find those and have some in your inventory. But you've got a Cyclops depth module, Mark II, which is better than the Mark I. So we'll go ahead and make that. And then over here you got Mark III. But you got to have a Mark II before you can make a Mark III. Plus, you got to have the plasteel and the cryonite. And you got to have 3 of those. Alrighty. And then we got stuff for the sea moth. And something else for the prawn suit. So they go deeper. Alright. We'll left click or right click, doesn't matter. Alright, let's go put this modification in here, so that it can go deeper. Oh, what's this? It kept the Mark II and the Mark III? Okay, I'll put them both in there then. One's 1,300 and the other one's 1,700 meters. Oh, that makes like what, 3,000 meters altogether? We still got 3 slots left, so we could do some more stuff later. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and store this in there. I really don't need it right now. Now when I go to make the prawn suit, I will need it. It's also, since I can't die, I'll put all those in there too. The rest of it, yeah, I should probably keep the rest of it. All right, let's put away by pressing number 3 our construction tool. But anyway, did I explain all this good enough, you think? Now, I'm pretending, of course, you want to know this stuff because you're playing the normal game. All right, let's do one more thing. Let's put in some plant pots. Now, we could put in this, but it's going to take up a lot of space. So that means what you would do is you'd put it probably about... Does that look pretty centered in? And then you would put as many plants as you can, depending on how much space each plant takes up. And that would be your food supply. So you don't have to catch and run fish through your fabricator quite so much. Now right now it's blinking, telling me I've got medical kits ready. They've been fabricated, they're ready for pickup. Alrighty. This I think is a better option than putting pots, but you gotta stop about here somewhere. Same thing here. You only put about well, I guess you get about 4 pots there, but if you get them too close together, it makes it very hard to get stuff out of them if you're using a knife. Can't really block this because you gotta have access to it to reload decoys or some other kind of torpedo that comes available later. So let's go grab our sea moth and dock it. Alright, and let's go ahead and put our light on. And there's the bumblebee right over there. I guess I really don't need that, do I? I'll put it away. Right now it's going to be fully charged because it's been in the bay. Now the bay doesn't seem to do repairs, but you have a repair tool for that. And we've already got the basic 4 slots done. Did we put anything in here? Well, we got the sonar option because we've got all 4 slots already loaded, so that's pretty much all we can do there. So let's go ahead and drive it. When it's parked here, or when it's parked inside the Cyclops, it gets recharged unless the Cyclops is out of power for some reason. And when we get close enough, so we gotta go down, and then we gotta go back up, and you want to aim for that center post right there, and then it becomes automatic,
Captain. Systems
and then it
online.
kicks you out. All of that is automatic, and of course now it will recharge, but it will not normally repair. There's something else you have to have. And let's see. We go here. Cyclops docking bay repair module. That's what you would want. And as you can see, you just gotta have a repair tool, and you gotta have a copper wire. Now, I don't think it right click or left click. Did it? No, we still have a repair tool available, so you just had to have it. Now, my repair tool is going to be the most important, and it's right there. We're not going to be using that for a while, so we can press number 3 key or left click and drag it out of there and put something else there. What else would I want to put there? Probably something like this. I don't remember if I demonstrated that or not. Okay, so then we would gotta jump here, come up here, and put in the repair tool. I can't unless I take something out. Yeah, I really don't want to take it out. So I guess I'll have to put it in storage. So what I'll do is I'll swap and put the habitat builder tool back in. Well, let's put it in number 1 for now. Now we'll press number 1 and we'll put us a wall locker in. Put it up as high as looks practical. Probably right about there. That I've got a little more space. Then we'll get inside. We'll store this. Because there might come a time to where I will go ahead and take out something that's already in here. See, it tells me where 3 of them are. But there's 4 slots. That gives me extra depth. That gives me extra storage. Well, I guess I could survive without that. But I've got something in there. I'd have to take it out first. Hull reinforcement. Yeah, I think I want to keep those. So we'll just leave it over here for now. Of course, we can still use our repair tool. Oops. What did I push? Okay. What do you say? Is that a pretty good show and tell? Oh, another message.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to databank.
So if we want to see what that is, we'd have to come over here. Look at any information they might provide. Then go here. And look at the... Let's see. Oh, it's 200 meters down. Problems with their fabricator. 1 kilometer southwest of Aurora stern section. Let's see, if I remember right, stern is the back end of the ship. So it sounds like it's on the other side of Aurora. About 1,000 meters. So they don't have a fabricator, so they'd be starving to death basically. The only catch, the only catch with going 1,000 meters from the back end. See, what did he say? Southwest or is he southeast? Oh, I forget. Is that's a dangerous area to go to. Very dangerous. So you'd be in trouble real quick. That's the left click with the mouse, just like just about everything else. Unless you're crafting or something. Alright. So we'll figure you went around, you found some more blueprint parts until you was able to build up your blueprint scheme. And you were able to make all kinds of things, all the stuff like you see here. But what we're going to focus on now is the escape. Can we escape? We haven't done the prawn suit. We probably should do the prawn suit. So you got the cannon you can make, a prawn suit grappling arm. You got a prawn suit drill arm so that you can harvest those big clumps of resources, ores and stuff. Torpedo arm, vortex torpedo, and the gas torpedo. You could also use those inside your Cyclops and stuff. And you can even use it in your smallest submarine there, your Seamoth, if you've got that option loaded up. Now there's a difference between this one and the other one. Repulsion, it just pushes away. It grabs it and then it pushes away. See, now this one here is a propulsion. So it grabs it, and then if you click again, then it'll throw it away. But in most cases, you're just trying to grab it. Transfuser. I haven't done anything with that yet. See, propulsion. That means you can grab it and you can keep it, or you can click again and throw it a great distance. Light sticks, yeah, I haven't done anything with those either. I had trouble with the Pathfinder tool. I think I mentioned that before, didn't I? Hey, you love this game? Living Maestro? Sounds like you're into music. Conducting music. Okay, what else should I tell you? For some reason I had trouble with this one. I made one. You're supposed to get 20 of these little discs that shoot out to help you find your way in and out of caves and stuff. But I only got about 12 shots and then it stopped working. So I played for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours and I made another one. And it would not work at all. It acted like it was empty or something. So then I played for, about 2 or 3 days, 2, 3 hours each time. And I made another one. Wouldn't work. So for some reason, that seems to be busted for me. It might work for you, but it's busted for me. It just won't work at all. I made one of those so I wouldn't have to come up to the surface quite as often. Just go to the end of the pipe that you connect to these. And I think I demonstrated that already, didn't I? I talked a little about the suits. They get progressively better till you get this last one here. Different fish that you can cure with salt through a fabricator, and then you can consume them, and they'll last a while before they start losing their food and water values that they come with. And some of these you can only find in certain areas, so until you come across them you can't cook them, or these here which you can cure and then eat later. Of course the pink one, well, yeah, it shows the pink in the pop-up window. The pink ones are used mostly not for eating, but for making filtered water through the fabricator. Now, if you take the trouble to collect some bleach, here we go. You gotta have salt that you've picked up, and you gotta use your knife and take off coral tube samples. Those big round tubes, some of them are big enough for you to swim through. You only need one of each. You can make this bleach. And then when you process the bleach through the fabricator, you end up with 2 of these disinfected water bottles. It's kind of automatic. And that's usually your best way, because salt is pretty plentiful. And you need salt for all kinds of things that you need to craft. So, what else can I tell you about that? I try not to make these. That's why I showed you. You can, instead of using up your titanium, make the storage, which floats around. And then, of course, if you bump into it, it'll change its location. Because I don't know if you can ever reclaim the titanium from these. Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you can't. Seems like a waste of titanium if you could just throw the stuff down on a flat spot. But anywho, we'll make this next, the prawn suit. And then later on we'll make one of these, which is how we escape the planet. Alright, so is this a fairly deep area? Yeah, it looks pretty deep. Back up a little bit. And where do we put, there it is right there. Got plenty of space. So now we'll go out the front. Those are all left clicks. And we want to be in an area that's got a little depth to it. So let's go over here. Alright, get into our inventory. We'll put this in slot number 1 since we're drag and drop with the left mouse button. And well, we'll swim a little bit further out. Yeah, this is starting to look like a good place. So press number 1 key, it highlights, and now it's in our hand, and then we right click to launch it. Then we swim up to it. Let's see, there we go. We want to go here. And of course we've had to find a whole lot of resources, plus we had to find all the parts and pieces for the prawn suit. Now, this is something that takes a long time to do because the plastisteel, the aerogel, the enamel glass, the diamonds, and the lead, it takes a while to find all that stuff or craft it. But
it is normal when first piloting a prawn suit to feel a sense of limitless power.
so it's going to
Prawn
put it right out
operators
there.
Receive weeks of training to counteract this phenomenon. You will have to make do with self-discipline.
So now we could jump off and go find it. Oh, there it is down there. Now you can start getting more serious about grabbing stuff. It's your little robot. But the arms right now are not very useful.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And then you drive it around just like you do everything else. Of course, the first thing I want to do is get out and reclaim my device up here where I make stuff with it. Probably didn't have to be quite so deep. Alright. No, I want to be able to package it. There it is. It's kind of sensitive. There we go. And then we press the number 1 key because that's where it's in storage right now. Now we need to find our prawn suit. There it is. But you need this to find a whole lot of stuff. Blueprints, ores, minerals, elements. Now the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to change its color. So it's Cyclops. I want it to be yellow. Prawn suit yellow. So they're easier to find. Let's see, is there anything else I want to change the color on? I'm going to change the color on these so it's more greenish, but that will make them harder to see. Because it'll blend in with the water's color. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and turn all this off. Because I'm not trying to use these right now. Life pod. Yeah, I probably should go ahead and turn that one off too. Turn all these off. So when I look in the water, it's not quite so cluttered. Alright. Now if I had a problem with oxygen, my problem just went away. And you use your repair system on, and you walk around the bottom, but you can hit the space bar and it'll jump. See, like that? Let's see, what if I hit the number 1 key? Nothing. But see, I can still pick up stuff. Now I do it with the mechanical arms. And then if I look at my inventory, well, first I gotta look at this. To feel a sense of limitless power, prawns appear to receive weeks of training. You will have to make do with self-discipline. Now, I just picked up some stuff, some scrap metal, but you don't see it, do you? So the question is, what happened to it? But anyway, the prawn suit is a big advancement. All of these machines are designed to make it easier for you to... It's going into an inventory, but where is the inventory? That's my question. How do I get to the prawn suit inventory? Let's see. Where does it tell me something about the prawn suit? In my normal game that I've been playing off and on for quite a while now, I haven't gotten and made a prawn suit. Well, we'll just get out of here for now. Now the prawn suit is a little more advanced, but the biggest thing is it lets you go deeper. As long as you hold down the spacebar, you go up. As soon as you let go of the spacebar, you start going down. So you might want to try to slow your descent with the spacebar a little bit, so you don't take any damage. And in the normal game, those guys, I believe, are still dangerous. He's doing a punch. Now there's some parts that you can add to this, like you change your arms. Alright. Oh, let's back up a little bit. So this is the left click with the mouse, and this is a right click with the mouse. And if you hold down the W key, he goes a little faster. Back up a little bit with the S key. Alright, let's punch this with the left. Nothing. And with the right, nothing. Alright, now can I pick that up? No, I can punch it, but it doesn't do anything. How about if I go over here? And this cargo box. Doesn't seem to do anything, does it? Nope, it sure doesn't. It doesn't seem to be doing anything at all, does it? And then I'm going to hold down the W key also. Pump the spacebar off and on. Okay, we've landed. It still let me grab stuff. It grabs stuff with the arms. But I don't know where it's going. There must be a way to get to the inventory. But I don't know how that's done yet. So I guess I can't really show you too much about the prawn suit since I lack experience with it. Oh, no wonder. We're too close. Yeah, we got too close. So I have to use the space bar to get up here, plus the W key. Come on, launch. Now go forward. Oh, come on. Launch and go forward. For some reason it doesn't want to do that. Alright, www. Alright, there we go. So it's gonna take a while to get used to how you drive this thing around. Now, I don't think the Cyclops has a special place to store this. So we've already got our we've already got something in there. Yeah, I don't think it's got a spot. Alright, spacebar, come on. Go up. Yeah, it won't let me inside. Oh, I can't go through there either. It's too tight. I got stuck. It's basically a walker. It doesn't seem to have too much ability otherwise. Alright, how about... Can we get it to park inside here? I'm going to use a space bar.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, it did grab it. Cool. And we've got slots where we could do some upgrades. Alright, let's get over here and see what upgrades are available for the prawn. Okay, there's the prawn suit. See, Mark 1 for depth. Thermal reactor so we don't overheat when we get in a hot spot. Jump jet upgrade, powerful rear mounted jet propel the prawn suit into the air. Well, that might be worth having. Propulsion cannon. Grappling arm. I think that's what it's got on already. Drill. Oh, definitely need that one. Torpedo arm. Well, that would be interesting. Of course, we've got to be able to have aerogel and stuff. That's a little different. Let's see. I don't know. That sounds interesting. It goes into the air. Let's make one of those. And this one, let's go deeper. What else? Grappling arm. So that's the one I think I've seen people use more. It shoots out kind of like a cable, and then it pulls the prawn suit towards whatever it grabs onto. Oh, I don't know. You've only got 2 arms. So would we want to do a torpedo? Or would we want to do this? Well, I know I'm going to want this one. So we'll do that for sure. Alright, then we'll left click or right click to get away. And let's go load up this. It's 4 slots. So we've got the drill arm, depth module, and we've got the jump jet upgrade. Oh, we could put more upgrades in here, huh? Interesting. So right now I've got this arm, but I got the one it came with. Well, that's enough to play with for now, I think. Let's see. Was this back here? Power cell. Doesn't say anything about extra space. Maybe it's on the other side. Extra storage space. No, I don't see anything about extra storage space.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so let's get over here and let's do the jet. So it looks like it's slot number 4. And nothing happened. So is it yeah, it's not, it doesn't seem to be working, does it? Maybe I have to be on dry land first. Well, anyway, I've been playing around with this for a bit, and I'm gonna use up a lot of time and effort, and we want to get to the last stage. Alright, so now I need to use a space bar to get it to go up so it'll kick me out. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we could go out either porthole. Let's see, which one would be the best way to go? Probably this way. Now, we want to escape as if we played all the way through the game. And we feel like there's nothing more to do. We've decided that we've collected enough blueprints to satisfy our curiosity. And we just don't want to play anymore. We've got all the things we want. And then some. Because that's really how the game ends. You get tired of playing, basically. And you've collected all the necessary blueprints. And you've collected all the necessary resources. Some of them you'll have to craft, most likely. Otherwise, it's not likely the game is going to end anytime soon. So you can play for weeks, months, years, whatever suits your fancy. Most people, they just play until they have all the necessary resources to make the escape rocket. And I do know we need a deep space, so let's go over here, I think. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good spot. Now we'll head up. We'll press the number 1 key. And then we'll right click to launch it. And then we'll go over, left click to get on it. And then left click to get closer. And we've already done everything here. So now it's time to do this one. The first thing, of course, is the launch platform. And you can see what you have to have in order to do it. Lots of lead. This game is really heavy on the lead. So the little robots go out. They go out a pretty good distance. Because this launch platform is pretty big. The only catch is you don't want to have any of your other assets, vehicles, underwater, living quarters, whatever. You don't want anything else over here in this area. And if the water's not deep enough, it'll tell you you gotta be in deeper water. Okay. So now you get back into this, and you see that's it. There's nothing else to do. So left click or right click, and get off your platform. Swim over there. Find you a ladder. There's ladders on each end. Left click to get on it. And then you got this console over here to go to. See, there's ladders all over the place. And then you get to it. And the next thing you gotta do is construct the Neptune gantry. So click. And once you do that, you back off and you can watch. They're building the gantry that helps you put your rocket together. While it's doing that, I'm going to take a short break. They'll be finished by the time I get back in 3 or 4 minutes. All right, let me double check that we're getting good sound here. One, two, three, that looks good. Hey, how's it going there, Room Caddy? Okay, let's get back into the game now. We'll save what we've got done so far. All right, so now that we've got the gantry done, you want to come over here and see what else you need. Neptune boosters. See what you need. Now, that prawn is going to be necessary to get some of the stuff like the nickel. Got to go pretty deep usually to get stuff like that. So you just say construct. I'll back up a little bit. And the first part of the rocket gets converted and constructed. So I trust you guys are doing okay. And maybe you're actually watching. See, what's the term that they use when people say hello or something and then they go off and do something else? Oh, I forget. All right, so we've got the next rocket stage done. So what do we got to do now? We got to do Neptune fuel reserves. Ooh, crystalline sulfur, cryotite, ion power cell times 2. Ouch. Those are going to take a while to put together. Well, the game is assuming that we have done it already with this particular version. So now they're going to work on the upper stage. Now remember, you've decided you've got all the parts and pieces you need. You've got all the elements and the ores, and you've made the, all the batteries and power cells and stuff you need. Oh, they've got a nice big tight name on the side there, don't they? See if I get off this here. Yeah, Neptune. Got a few lights on. All right, let's get back up here and continue the process. All right, what's next? Neptune cockpit. So you need some glass, plasteel, cyclops shield generator. All of that's going to take some time to come up with. So now they're going to work on the cockpit. There goes that fast-moving
Neptune 1 rocket online.
Ooh. Nice. All right, what else do we got to do? Launch platform. Oh, they want us to color it. All right, the base of it would be like before when we did the Cyclops coloring scheme. So we've been kind of stick with yellow. So I'll stick with that. Can I get any closer? Yeah, I can. All right, stripe number 1. Well, I've been using orange. These are all left clicks. So let's go with an orange. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Stripe number 2, same thing. That's a left click and then a left click drag. Maybe a little darker. And then we want to give it a name. So we'll left click. We'll left click and let's see. We'll put it into, well, we've been using kind of a navy blue. So that would be about right. Now click up here and start typing. Big Robbie the rocket, and done. All right. So if we get down over here, we should be able to see the name. Robbie, yeah, Big Robbie, yeah. We've got our color scheme, pretty much sticking with the yellow and orange scheme. All right, now how do I get in it? Okay, how do I get in it? Do I do it from the platform? Or do I have to take a ride on this? This looks like it might be an elevator to get me inside. Alright, so call elevator. I'm left clicking like crazy. Is anything happening? Activate elevator. Alright, so looks like it's a left click. Can I get any closer? Hey, am I still in the suit? Oh, that's probably not going to work, is it? Yeah, I need to get out of the suit. So let's see. Press this. Okay, we did all that already. There's all the other stuff you'd be looking to get blueprints for. Okay. I could have sworn I'd left all that behind. Call elevator. Alright, one of them is up, one of these are down. Activate elevator. Oh, we're on the elevator. Okay. All right. Now what do we do? Call elevator. Looks like... No, looks like we just have to walk forward. Enter the rocket. Climb the ladder. Well, first of all, let's see what we've got going. Throw switch. All right.
Auxiliary power unit online.
Open storage. Okay. More storage. And we've got a communications array. Left click again.
Communications systems array active.
Open here. What does it do? Just decoration, I guess. Another locker. And hydraulic system.
Pressurizing hydraulics.
There's the door we came in on. So now I guess we gotta climb the ladder. And we're in the cockpit. What's this over here? Boot up primary CPU.
Primary computer systems active.
Oh, got something over here. Prepare time capsule. Empty. Image. Message. Not ready. Okay. I guess I was supposed to put something in there, huh? Well, I'll just hit the tab key. Come back to that, I guess. Activate life support system. Yeah. Definitely want to do that.
Life support systems online.
All right. And
All systems are go for liftoff.
tell you what, let's go downstairs and grab something out of storage. Was it this one? Yep. So we'll grab this. How much of this can we put in there? Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that too. I didn't bring too much for the time capsule. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so left click, or do I drag it? Huh. It says it's not ready. Oh, maybe I have to do it this way. Oh, I can't give him too much, can I? What else can I give him? That would make a big difference in this game. Probably this. And that's the most I could do, huh? Yep, that looks like that's the best I could do. Message. Press to take a screenshot. Oh, so I'm supposed to be able to leave a bunch of pictures, huh? Well, I haven't done too much in the way of photographs. Message. Good luck hunting and health. I guess I could say more, but I guess I'll do it. All right, do we want to take 2, 3? Because I haven't done anything here yet. All right, so let's tab out of that. And let's go back downstairs. And we want to take pictures. And I guess we'd want to go down. So activate elevator. And it automatically knows you want to go back down. Alright, so where would be a good advantage point? How about if we go to this corner over here? Oop! Went too far to the edge. I don't guess there's anywhere for me to take a selfie, is there? Alright, so tab key, manage photos, press F11, take a screenshot. Alright, we took one. Oh, that didn't come out too good, did it? Alright, maybe if I, how about now? Save the PDA, so let's see what the PDA looks like now. That doesn't look too bad. Back to gallery. Okay, tab key out of that. See, all of our submarines and stuff would be over here. I guess at this point we could probably drive everything pretty close. I don't think I could move the platform closer, so we'd have to move everything else closer. All right, if I stand on this right here, let's try taking a screenshot here. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, that don't look too bad, I guess. Oh no, I want to get up here. Okay, so we'd want to take a probably from up there somewhere. Let's see, can we get up here? I'm having trouble getting up. Come on, climb. Climb, you bugger, climb. There we go. And the platform's way over there, isn't it? I can't zoom in or out. No, don't look like it. Oh, that would make a good screenshot for the most part. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. No, I need to be closer. I don't know if I could bring it up any closer. I may not be able to. Let's do a screenshot of the critter right here. I don't know, maybe it'll be a good screenshot, maybe it won't be.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Okay, so we'll pilot. We'll turn on the motor.
Engine powering up.
And I don't know if I could actually get any closer or not. So good. So far, so good. Hopefully I'm not too close. I'm as high in the water as I can go, right? Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Turn off the
Engine
motor.
powering down.
And let's see if we can get a good picture. I'm going to have to get up here again. Huh. She's back in the water. Alright, that should make a good shot, I would think. And let's see. That might make an interesting picture. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, he's kind of far away, wasn't he? Yeah, we'll remove that one. That's the first one we took. Well, they want you to take a lot of pictures, don't they? And it's getting dark. So in that case,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
oh, another message.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers the weather holds, and don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Well, that's... I thought we'd done all that already. Oh, I guess not. So let's go ahead and sleep it off until morning. There we go. And I did explain that sometimes you have to use a knife on these things. Alright, so trying to think. What would I want to do now? Oh, that's actually a pretty good picture, wasn't it? Let's take another picture. And take a picture of the bedroom. I don't see any... I don't know if that'd be all that interesting or not. I never did color that prawn suit, did I? I'm probably missing a console or something for that. Oh, I haven't done it here. Yeah, that's what it is. Can I zoom in? Alright, let's call it done. Can I move closer maybe? There we go. Alright, so now let's go more yellow like we did with everything else. Okay. The name, yeah, we'll go the... Oh, whoops. I forgot to click. Now go towards yellow. A little more. There we go. That's better. Now we need to click on this. Bring it up. Do the navy. And type in a number name. Let's say deep dive. And then we'll go to the interior. And we'll make the interior kind of a bright yellow. Or would we rather want blue? Yeah, that's good. Now for a stripe. Well, let's just try to do the orange thing again. That looks good. And let's say done. Alright, let's back up a little bit. Looks more brown than it does orange. Oh, yeah, I guess there's some orange there. Oh. So what did I click on? I clicked on something. Huh. Oh, yeah. I must not have gotten as far with this one as I thought I did. Alright, so I guess I gotta get out of here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And get up there. So, enter prawn, excess upgrades, power cell, excess upgrades. That's the drill arm.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so then we'll... maybe face it this way. That's where I need to go for the Sunbeam landing site. Then we'll exit, go up a bit. No, I'll be a little closer here. And then I'll hit F11. Okay. Now I probably should go back in and get the sea moth out.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
And the sea moth would be back here.
All systems online.
Park this next to the suit, I guess. All right. That's good place as any, I guess. Take a picture. Maybe move in a little bit more. All right, F11. Let's see how that looked. That didn't look too bad. All right, what else? What else would we want to take a picture of? Good question. See, there's no way to get that into the sub unless I leave this out, right? Yeah, I think that's what the story is. So we'll park this one. Alright, now I should be able to park the prawn suit inside here now. Oh, there's something that needs to be scanned, isn't there? Alright, now I should be able to There we go. Now we've got the prawn suit. We don't have a separate bay or anything for that, do we? No, that's the engine room. So it's either one or the other. You can't have both, I guess. I guess you're supposed to put lockers across here. There's the prawn suit. That's the only bay we've got to work with. I think we do things with here. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do with this. Come on, move. Go ahead, close this too, I guess. Oh, where'd that come from? Hey, another pumpkin pie. Let's go ahead and turn the engine on.
Engine powering up.
Make sure it's on low. Yep, it is. Then we'll use our camera. Let's see if we can get out of here without scratching it up too much. Gotta kill a few fish in the process, I guess. Alright, we're getting out into the deep now. Oh, better slow down. Back up a little bit. See if we can get past this without scratch up the paint too much. Sound horn. Alright, so now we want to go to the landing site. We're kind of ready to, what would you say, rescue ourselves with the rocket and everything. But, normally you wouldn't be, of course, because you got all the blueprints, parts to collect, and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, I'm getting too close to the platform. What was that? What am I hitting? I look like I'm far enough away. I'm not seeing anything else. Alright, now we gotta turn a lot until we get towards the landing site. Try not to run. Oh, we're heading right back towards the platform, aren't we? So we'll get off the W key and we'll just use the A as an alpha key. Alright, switch cameras. Yeah, we've got to turn a little bit more. Alright, let's get back down to the camera again. Yeah, we're well past that now. Hey, we're looking out the front end again. So far, it looks like it's plenty deep in here. Oh, getting kind of close to that. Alright, now let's turn more with the Delta D key while we're holding down the W key and see if we've got a clear. We still got plenty of time, even though we're going kind of slow. Sound the horn. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We're gonna have to run silent.
Wait for silent running.
Because there's some lots of bad critters. Do silent running. Well, actually, with this game version I'm playing, I guess I wouldn't have to worry about that, would I? They're not going to attack anyway. Yep, I cannot be killed. I cannot die of thirst, lack of food, or whatever. Gotta try to stay in the dark, deeper parts if we can. Alright, how much? Oh, I got a ways to go yet. I gotta stay off to the left of it because I know it gets more shallow. I guess I could hold down the C like in Charlie Key for a little bit and go a little bit deeper, but I don't think I'll bother. So how we doing? We got 5. We're doing pretty good. We should get there in plenty of time. We should get there in plenty of time to watch the rescue. Should I say anything about what happens? Of course, normally when you get to this part of the game, you don't really have all the stuff I've got right now. But I'm not playing a normal game, so I didn't have to hunt down blueprints. I didn't have to hunt down resources of any kind, so but since this rescue is kind of a big part of the game.
Detecting massive energy signature in the region. Cannot identify.
Had to get off the W key for a little while. Oh, I guess we're there. Yeah, we're basically there. But I don't want to crash my Cyclops. Yep, this is the big area. This is the important spot. So let's go ahead and turn the engine off.
Engine powering down.
And I'll leave it on silent running, I guess. So we'll press E a couple times. And then we'll swim up over here. Yeah, well, I guess we didn't do too bad. We stayed away from the bank far enough. Oh, those little buggers like to bite. In a record game, they're a nuisance. And they always travel. There's always more than one of them. Yeah. Salt's a big deal in this game. You want to collect a lot of that. And this is the site, basically. And if you get up here on this area, if you get high enough, I think the crabs will leave you alone if you're playing the normal game. Well, anyway, another thing you might want to do if you're playing a normal game, besides try to avoid those crabs, unless you brought yourself one of these. Let's see, I might need that too. We'll put that in the last slot, I guess. I didn't bring too much with me, did I? But anyway, these crabs, you can grab them if you have one of these, and you could left click again, boom, shoots them way off. That's about the only way you can prevent getting bit. If you see them coming, they do like to jump, so sometimes you don't see them fast enough. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's one of those glider birds. So I'll just press 1 again, put the thing away. That way it'll fly away, safe and sound. Of course, you could do these rocks as entertainment, I suppose. And then you come to this, put away your... And... Oh, it's not going to let me pick it up, is it? No, it's not. Normally you pick it up, and of course it becomes whole. And then you stick it in here. Must be the version of the game I'm playing. But you stick it in here so that you get through this. Otherwise you can't get through it. And there's all kinds of caves up on the upper level. Of course, some of them will be like a trap, so you gotta be careful. So Big Yeller is on standby. But like I said before, you normally not that advanced in the game. And there's the landing spot right there where the sunbeam hopes to get you. So you basically will come up here and wait. Oh, come on. Let me get up there. There we go. And normally the crabs won't bother you. Now, I've got 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the recording, or should I call it a recording, the live broadcast? I'm going to put it on pause. Now, I think I could put it on pause by switching screens. So I'll hit escape, I'll save it, then I'll hit escape again so I can switch screens. And then I'll click on the screen and I think it'll put everything on pause. Okay, let's get this going again. Because stuff is going to start happening here. Sunbeam should be sending out a message before too much longer. I'm trying to remember when that happens. Is that 2 minutes maybe? But anyway, if I move the camera a little bit, you can see that we can only haul one thing at a time in Big Yeller, the Cyclops submarine. And what we've got loaded up right now is our prawn suit, which we would need, of course, if we were actually needing to collect stuff. I'm kind of surprised I'm not hearing any music or anything. Of course, if you're playing the normal game, you're not going to have a Cyclops and a prawn suit at this point of the game, because this happens pretty soon. It's kind of a dynamic part of the game when you first start. Any minute now, unless they've changed this because of the version I'm playing. I can't die. I don't need to collect anything. I just build whatever I want to, whenever I want to. But this gives you the basic mechanics of the game, which was the whole purpose for me making this live broadcast. So first time players would kind of have an idea what they're in for. So you might say this is one spoiler alert after another. So if you don't like seeing spoiler alerts, then you would not want to be watching this. I thought by now we'd be hearing something from Sunbeam. I hope driving the Cyclops down here didn't change this part of the game. But I guess it could. Oh yeah, how many seconds delay is there? There's about 8 seconds of delay between what I see on my computer screen and what it shows being recorded. Oh, here it goes. Yeah. It's turning dark too.
Survivor, we see you. Man, I don't know how you held out down there. We broke an atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site. Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Well, what can I say? That rescue attempt has failed. Well, there's that fast-moving low orbit moon, plus the one that's much further away. So that is the first time I've seen it during a night vision. Usually the sun is still up when that happens in a regular game. I guess that's the all clear. Well, we're not going to get rescued that way, that's for sure. So, let's go see if we can rescue ourselves.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Alright, so now we need to drive back.
Engine powering up.
Alright, now we need to look down. And try not to run into anything on the way back. I'm not moving forward, I'm just turning right now. Now we'll start moving forward a little bit. We'll pump on the... Alright, that's about as far as I could swing. I gotta try not to scrape up against the walls here. So I better use a little delta to bring it back away from the walls. And we'll go all ahead slow. Now we'll use a little more alpha. The A key. And we'll keep turning slightly with the alpha key until we get back. And we'll go to the rocket ship. Try not to run into the platform. See, we've got 1,170 to go. As long as I don't run into something, I should be okay. Of course, in this version I'm playing, it probably doesn't matter. Oh, there's the bone sharks. They're usually pretty nasty. When you get into this area, they're usually a big problem. So I think by pausing the YouTube recording, everything's going to come out okay. So you didn't have to sit there and wait for the 10 minutes to click all the way down. Let's see, there's nothing over this way. No. Of course, if I keep going too close, I'll get into the back side of the crash site of the Aurora. We're doing, of course, running silent. Which is what you would normally do in gameplay to avoid being attacked. Yeah, that should be far enough over. Alright, see, are we the... I think we're in the deeper area. Usually where these grow, it's... I keep wanting to call them seaweed, but they don't call them that. Alright, now let's turn more towards the rocket platform. Looks like we hit something. Ooh, I better stop going forward until I get oriented away from these rocks. There we go. We are as high in the water as the game will allow us to be. And we're going to be getting into the rocket ship, preparing the time capsule. I guess what you're doing when you do that is you're preparing for when you play the game again. Starting from scratch, you'll find that time capsule. Alright, I don't see any obstacles so far, not even the rocket platform. But we are getting kind of close. There's the rocket platform. Alright, I need to stop going forward and turn away from it. Alright, let's switch cameras and see. Oh, we are right here, aren't we? Oh, I gotta stop.
Engine powering down.
Alright, so then we back off. We didn't run over it, did we? Oh, looks like we might have. Alright. We'll leave it on silent running. Oh, we almost ran over it. Alright, I want to pack it, so let's see if I can. There it is, I got it packed. And it went into slot 3, so I'll push the number 3 key. Alright, so now we gotta go over to the elevator and prepare to leave the island, or the water world, whatever you want to call it. Alright, and then left click. Alrighty. There's an island over there. There's my base. I usually have more than one base. There might be an island over there too. All right, let's see. We put some stuff in here. No, we didn't. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff in here. Oh, it won't hold anymore. How about... Yeah, there we go. And there's another one. All right, we've got ourselves stripped down. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but... All right, the only thing we haven't finished up was the time capsule. All right, images. So I guess I have to select it. Oh, I guess you can only put one of them, huh? All right, we left some tools, so we should be good. So with the tab key.
Time capsule ready.
Time capsule ready, okay. Am I supposed to launch it? No, that's prepare. Well, I don't see a button to launch it, so I guess we have to launch ourselves first. Launch rocket.
Cannot launch rocket while quarantine. Enforcement platform is still active. Cannot launch rocket while quarantine. Enforcement platform is still active.
All right, how do I... Oh, dear. How do I get around... I got a feeling we have to go through a decontamination process of some sort. Yeah. And I don't know how to do that. There's probably something we have to find or whatnot or do. So, I guess I'm stuck. So, I guess that's going to be it, guys. We can't progress any further until we can figure out how to decontaminate ourselves. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'll save what I got. Then I'll put it back on pause so I could go ahead and end this recording. So we'll do what we normally do. We'll type in be well. And we'll end the recording here.